sitting in a body in this dimension of reality. We're sitting in it. And yet we think it's us. It's not. It's just a chair. And eventually you're going to stand up out of the chair. Hey, I'm a cave dweller. Dwelling in my cave. Look. You know me. Just cave dwelling. Surviving out here in the bush. Dwelling in my cave. Welcome back to another Vibes and Frequencies video. My name's Nathan, and I've just evolved from cave dweller to human, making a YouTube video for YouTube. It's about 7:30 a.m. in the bush here in Sedona. Good old cave served me well at one point in my life, but I've evolved now. It's time to move on and see what else life holds for me. Goodbye, cave. I'll miss you. Whoa. Hello. Good morning, good evening, whatever time it is for you. So, legitimately, I had just evolved. I've left my cave, and I decided there's something more in life. The whole time I lived in that cave, I survived. I was able to eat food, stay somewhat warm. It was pretty cold in there, not gonna lie. But no big animals were gonna maul me or anything, so I was chilling in that cave, you know? It served me, it really did. But at a certain point, after surviving for a while, I just had this burning feeling in my heart and in my soul that there's something more inside of me, and there's something more out there in the world, and it's calling to me. It's calling me. So I went from cave dweller to human making a YouTube video. And now I feel something calling me too. So let's go on a stroll, and I want to talk to you. It's important, kind of. This is my stick now. It's the perfect hiking stick. Nice. I knew there was something out here in the world for me. I want to talk about what surviving really means and why this is attached to the term ego. I always used to think that ego was you walking around, oh, I'm so hot, my stick is the coolest, you know? This kind of thing. And yes, this is an extension of the ego, but ego really spreads into a lot of different areas that I really didn't quite understand, and fully, I'm sure, still not yet. Now, the part of ego I want to talk about today is the survival aspect. We're talking fight or flight. We're talking about fighting to survive. At a certain point in our evolutionary state, however you want to look at this, when we were cave dwelling, as cave dwellers, this made sense. When something enabled you to survive, you hold on to it. But now in our society, in our collective evolution here, there's really no need to survive like that anymore, you know? Like, yeah, you could argue, like, it's expensive to live, man. It's hard to live. Yeah, I feel where you're coming from with that. And on the same hand, you know, I'm not trying to be sassy or anything. Like, you could get water anywhere. Food is literally pretty easy to come by when you really think about it, if you're not picky. And, you know, they've got, like, homeless tent encampments. I'm not saying that you should want to live that way, or that you do. That's not the point of this. I'm just saying, literally surviving is pretty easy. Some parts of the world, probably not. I'm not going to bite myself in the butt there and say that everywhere it's easy to live. I know that I don't know. So, moving on, because that's not the point of this video. Now what we do egoically to survive is that our survival instinct has taken shape in what we call our personalities and in our actual physical lives. I can't speak for you, so I'll speak for me. There are certain things that I did in my life that I would get a reward from. You could call it, these things that I would do would bring in the bacon. I would get rewarded by, people feeling positively about what I was doing or whatever I said. People laugh. Oh, okay, I'm a comedian now. Cool. Right? So these kinds of things, like, we get rewarded, and you could think about it as, we're getting this positive feedback about survival, that, like, if we do this, we will succeed. There's certain things that if we do and we succeed when we do them, then we just mark it in our brain as, this is who I am now because that's successful in my life. So we just keep doing it over and over and over again, and then they become habits, and it becomes our personality / personal reality. But we hold on to these things, and again, it makes sense, but perhaps we are at a place now consciously where we are at a road that we can cross. If we choose. A road where we could appreciate that that piece of us is there, the piece to survive, but understand that maybe there's something else out there that if you let go of what you were holding on to in your life or your personality, that you would be able to grab onto. And maybe we don't need to fight to survive to stay the same, because I think that's really what the ego is mostly about. Wants you to be the same exact way that you were today, tomorrow. Wants you to be the same today that you were yesterday. Because it's safe. But out there beyond the safety of it all is something pretty exciting, I think. Done with that stick. The stick served me before. But at a certain point, I realized it was holding me back. That stick. I really liked it when I found it. You were there for it, weren't you? Yeah, you saw. You saw me get that stick. But at a certain point, it just slowed me down. I don't want to hold it anymore. So, instead of thinking, I need to hold on to this stick because I picked it up and I liked it yesterday, or I liked it 5 minutes ago, doesn't mean that that's always going to be the way that it is. So why fight to hold on to the stick and say that that stick is me? It's not. It's just a stick I picked up. It has nothing to do with me. It's just a tool that I picked up and used to hike with, and I could let it go. The pieces of our personality, the things that we build in our life out of the sticks that we collect, they're no different. Only because we believe that they are, they are. Now, this idea that I'm going to share, I actually... Ow, I got a bug bite. It's itching. This idea that I'm going to share with you guys, I actually didn't come up with on my own, so... Not original, alright? Calm down, Kevin. If you had a chair and you sat in it for 5 years, you sat in a chair for 5 years after being a part of that chair, basically, right? For 5 years. And I asked you, would you say that you are the chair? Or would you say that you were sitting in a chair? Are you the chair? Or are you sitting in the chair? We are sitting in a body in this dimension of reality. We're sitting in it. And yet we think it's us. It's not. It's just a chair. And eventually you're going to stand up out of the chair. I think that's pretty interesting to think about. We're just sitting in a chair. We aren't the chair, we're sitting in it. I was holding a stick. I'm not the stick, I was holding the stick. So, have a great day. Vibes and Frequencies, signing off. See you in 24 hours for my next video. Peace!